டேய் யார்ரா உனக்கு பொண்ணு கொடுப்பா? நீ கேட்டரிங் பிஸ்னஸ்லாம் ஆரம்பிச்சேனா இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பேங்கிங் சொன்னாலாவது யாராவது பொண்ணு கொடுப்பாங்க.
First challenge which I faced even before I started the journey was
I want to give a choice. Either the 2 lakhs you guys. Hi Shanmuka.
Hi, sir. Hi. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, sir, I'm good.
Hi Lakshman.
Hi, sir. How are you, sir?
Hi Lakshman. Hi Pranay.
Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
There's Girish. Hi Girish. How are you? How's your leg?
It's still on recovery, sir. I had to attend colleges though.
Okay.
I think all the finalists are here. So first of all, we enjoyed the kind of grit and passion that you showed with the particular challenge that we had, right? And you all have performed really well, and it was really encouraging to see the kind of ideas that you came up with, the kind of experiences that you shared with us. So first, let's do a round the room. I would love to hear from each person a quick intro about yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm Girish. I'm Raja from Chennai. I'm a third year medical college student in Villupuram Government Medical College. And I came across this challenge while scrolling through Instagram. But I was so interested because someone out here is like wanting us to do this challenge and like showcase our skills or whatever we've learned. I've been reading a lot of books only, like for the past 4 years. So with that, I wanted to know how I can apply all the skills that I've learned. So I thought this was the real challenge. So this challenge actually helped me apply all the skills that I've learned from all the books, which is like more of a practical experience that I gained. So I was really delighted to even like start off with this challenge the moment I saw this challenge. This was actually a good experience. Thank you so much.
Next, whoever wants to pick up, they can start. I mean, we just started.
I'm Shanmuk. My name will be little big. Nagalapati Venkat Sai Shanmuknath Reddy. So in this journey, like I learned many new things. So first of all, coming to patience, time management, financial management, accountability, adaptability, and many more. So I'm recent college dropped out from Amrita University, right? I studied in Amrita University until my 4th year first semester. Later after that, I dropped out from the college. So like I was not interested in the studies things and all. So I'm passionate about sports. I was interested in, but my parents are like, you have to get well settled, you need to study, you need to get a good job, and you need to go through that. But I'm not into that thing, sir. So going to every day from 24 hours from morning to evening, and after the month ending paying all those CMIs, and I don't want to live in that thing, sir. So I want to be a unique guy. So that was my goal.
That's interesting. And I mean, like, the whole journey of trying to stand out is a very struggle journey. You'll have your parents against you, your society against you, everyone against you. But I'm glad you're trying to do something different, and wish you the best in whatever you do. Yeah.
okay, I can go next. This is Lakshmi Priyadarshini. I watched all your videos. It was quite inspiring. So I thought, why would I not take up this challenge? And that is the first reason that I tried. I'm from Virudhunagar, Tamil Nadu. I'm in Bangalore for work here in an IT firm. I'm working for more than 8 years now. This is what I'm the first sibling at home, like holding a lot of responsibilities. And right now, I got a freedom from my parents also to go for this challenge. That was nice, and I was surprised to see I was the only one that I tried from girls. Like I have been referring this to my friends who are single, who are girls also, but they were not ready to do. First of all, let me try and go and stay and come back and see what is the experience. It was actually first time I was going all alone without anyone's help. And especially I should thank you, like this is making anyone to come out of their comfort zone and think like they can also do all these things. And thank you, Karthik, for that. This is what I want to speak. Thank you.
You're welcome, Lakshmi. I'm glad you tried, and you're right. I mean, like, it's very difficult. At least in India, it's a lot more difficult because we are a very conservative society. And, for a woman, I think we've always been protected. And of late, the trend is changing. People want to start living independently. They want to explore the world on their own and all of that, right? Like, I think maybe if this is conducted 10 years from now, maybe we'll be probably having 50% participation. But good, there are pioneers in everything. And I think you pioneered this in this time. So,
Hi everyone, I'm Pranesh. I'm working in Cognizant. I'm a cyber security engineer. I'm doing my YouTube for the last 1 year, and I'm also a freelance videographer. I got to know about the challenge in the Instagram, and before that, I was also ready to do a challenge on Lunar. I want to test my willpower and my kick. So I did the challenge, and I had a hell lot of learning.
that's interesting, man. That's interesting.
बेसिकली मैं हैदराबाद तेलंगाना से हूँ। मैं ट्रैवल करना पसंद करता हूँ और ट्रैवल व्लॉगिंग करना। सो एक ईयर से पहले, एग्जैक्टली एक ईयर से पहले, 1 ईयर से पहले मैं ऐसे ही जॉब करते करते बहुत थक गया था। तो मैं एक सोचा एक ट्रिप को जाके आएंगे बोल के। तो एक 10 दिन का ट्रिप था मेरा, सोलो ट्रिप महाराष्ट्र के लिए। तो मैं ट्रिप को गया और ट्रिप बहुत एंजॉय करा, और उधर से घर को वापस आने के बाद मेरे को लगा कि तू क्या कर रहा है यार, तेरे जिंदगी में तेरे को पसंदीदा काम कुछ कर रहा ही नहीं तो तेरे को बहुत ट्रैवलिंग में बहुत इंटरेस्ट है, तो तू ट्रैवलिंग के तरफ जा बोल के मेरा दिल मेरे से बोला है। तो मैं सोचा कि इमीडिएटली तब मैं पैरेलली जॉब को पैरेलली मैं बीटेक भी कर रहा था। बीटेक का एग्जामिनेशन फी के लिए मेरे पास 50,000 थे। उस 50,000 के साथ मैं एक कैमरा खरीद लिया और मेरा यूट्यूब जर्नी स्टार्ट कर दिया, ट्रैवल करना। तो दुनिया को देखना, दुनिया को घूमना मैं स्टार्ट कर दिया। मेरा 1 साल हो गया ट्रैवलिंग करते करते। अब फिलहाल मैं केरला में हूँ। कल ही मैं हैदराबाद से केरला को आया घूमने के लिए। तो इधर से मैं कॉल अटेंड कर रहा हूँ। कार्तिक मंजूराम अन्ना को देख के बहुत हैप्पी फील हो रहा हूँ मैं, और ये 5 लोगों को भी देख के। तो मैं पैरेलली ट्रैवल भी करता हूँ और मेरा जॉब भी संभाल लेता हूँ। फैमिली के वास्ते जॉब और मेरे वास्ते ट्रैवलिंग। सो थैंक यू ऑल।
बहुत दिलचस्प इंसान हो आप और दिल को फॉलो करते हो। बहुत अच्छी बात है। हम भी
थैंक
एक
यू सर,
मुसाफिर
थैंक यू।
है। हम भी जब पैसा कमाया उसके बाद काफी टाइम ट्रैवल करता हूँ। मैं एक जगह में रहता नहीं हूँ। मैं थोड़ा तिरुवन्नामलाई में रहता हूँ, मैं थोड़ा गुड़गांव में रहता हूँ, और थोड़ा यूरोप इंटरनेशनल टूर, ऐसे ही अकेला या कभी कभी फ्रेंड्स के साथ घूम लेता हूँ। जिंदगी बहुत मस्त है। अगर ट्रैवल किया तो आपका पूरा नॉलेज ऑफ लाइफ और पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ लाइफ बहुत बड़ा होता है। नहीं तो हम मम्मा पापा के साथ जब तक हम रहें उसका कंडीशनिंग में हम अ, दुनिया को बहुत अलग से देख लेते हैं। Basically, what I said was travel gives you a very, very different perspective, and that's why I wanted to include travel as a part of the 200 rupee challenge. So I will tell you why I thought of this 200 rupee challenge, and I have partially done this challenge before I started up, right? And it was very soulful for me, and it was a learning. So I used to work in an investment bank, and I used to work for almost 16 hours a day. So a big part of my life, I was like always running after something, like this deal close karna hai, ye karna hai, and all of this. And then I always wanted to feel, instead of working 16 hours for someone, like let's say the bare minimum math, I work 16 hours for myself and invest behind any idea I take. Just the fact that I am doing something day in and day out will actually make me a superstar at what I do. It doesn't matter what I do. It might be even being a carpenter. I might become the best carpenter. It might be a plumber. I might become the best plumber because I know that when you have so much involvement into something, you will be a superstar at it, right? Like it's like what Bruce Lee says, right? Instead of practicing 100 kicks, once you should actually do one kick 100 times. And he's scared of that because that person would have aced that kick, right? So my whole idea was this, right? Like, I mean, I don't have a necessity to come to social media. There is no necessity at all. For me, it is a social experiment. But the fact that I've come, I don't want to just go off as someone who's doing motivational talk and all of that, because I don't want all of that, man. Like people get motivated, ho gaya. But I want to kind of share some stuff which I did in life, which I learned in life, which will help people not get stuck. And this 200 rupee challenge was just to give a perspective to people. हमको कोई भी नहीं चाहिए. We don't need an education. We don't need anyone's support to figure out our way out in this life and figure out our happiness and live the way we want without getting conditioned by what others are running after, right? The 200 rupee challenge is a lot more deeper. And I think anyone who does this will remember it across their life. That was my intention, that if I'm able to open up people's brains into that perspective, I'm happy to give reward. I mean, like, there is, God has given this money, and what am I mean, like, there's a lot of money to give. What I can't keep, how much money, man? I don't know why people keep acquiring like thousands and thousands of crores. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but and I didn't expect many people to participate as well, and I'm very overwhelmed by many people participating. And it was amazing, right? Like the whole journey of each one of you. When I saw those videos, I literally saw myself like, "अरे यार ये कर सकता था." Oh my God, ये फट गया अभी. It's like, यार बारिश आ गया. I would firstly say, like, you guys have done a fab job in taking up this challenge. It's not for me, it's not for the money, but just something about your life, right? And in the whole universe, like, everyone wants to get into those security zones, and they will, if you draw a bell curve, if you guys are engineers, you'll know a bell curve and all of that, right? Like, if not, I'll tell you. Basically, in a bell curve, almost like 90% of the people, 90% of the data is within that one standard deviation. They won't take too much risks. They will want to be average. If they are on the side, they will want to do what everyone does. They want to be the average. And then there is this 2 sigma and 3 sigma people who are outliers. Like, for example, Lakshman. Lakshman is a typical case of an outlier for me, because college चले जाओ, मेरे, I mean, वो फीस लेके घूम रहा है बंदा ऐसा, and खुशी मिल रहा है उसको. He doesn't care. Like, that's a typical use case of a outlier. The biggest struggle for an outlier is, if at any point the outlier wants to be a part of society, they will never be given that same respect what a average will get, or what someone who's, like, really top, the positive outlier who's a CEO or anyone will get. But when it comes to experience of life, outliers experience life like no one else. It's like a very fulfilling life. And now I would want to go in detail. If you can, probably, like, any one of you can come and share what are the challenges before you even decided to take the challenge. 1, the fight with yourself. 2, the fight with either parents, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, friends, whatever. Like, these are the 2 things I want to know. So each of you can speak up and say what is the fight you fought internally. And second, your parents, your friends, what are the demotivations and what all you proved them wrong, right? So I want to learn that.
I mean, first person who would stop me from doing this would be my mom, because she's been looking at me do all trying out new stuffs in life, unlike all the other students who study with me. So every idea I tell her, she's like very disapproving. So that is one of the biggest reasons I had to lie to my parents, is I'm a powerlifter as well. So I told them I have a competition in Hyderabad, so I'll be going there for powerlifting. And I won't be contacting you guys for like 2 days, because I'll be focused, focused on the competition. So that's the first barrier I had to break. But even before that, there was a barrier that I had to break within myself, which is I always wanted to become a content creator, like to motivate people and inspire them to become better versions. But I was very camera shy. So to a point where I was very scared of people being very skeptical about the way I look or the way I talk or my accent. Or so there is a saying in Tamil, "Vaal naal mesam, naal naal mesam." So I was like, no, so let them talk. I will do me. Because when I'm 70, I'm the one who's going to look back at my life. I'm going to look at all the things I've done, all the good things, and on all the bad things, all the adventures and all the things. So I'll have to live with that. So I decided to take the step of coming out and talking in front of the camera, which was the biggest barrier I had to take, because I was camera shy, basically.
And the third barrier I had to break was my dad. He is very disapproval of anything I do apart from BBS, because according to him, you take one thing in your life, you do it properly. You don't have to do hands and foot and a lot of other things. So too many things in life will fail the way you look and focus on things in life. He was very disapproving. But then I had to like come back home, and then I had to tell them that I did this. And major reason why I did this was growing up, I've always worked with my dad. My dad is an AC mechanic. It's a white collar job where they earn bare minimum. So my first ever salary was 50 rupees, which I got from my dad. So he always says it's very hard to make money when you get on the street if you're not well educated, or if you're not well equipped with the skills that you have. But I was very confident of the skills that I developed in the past 4 years of reading books only, and about learning from documentaries and learning about other entrepreneurs or startup owners who did startup from places worse than I am. So that is what motivated me to do this. I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. And if I did it and I do it somehow, someone from the future will see my journey and they will also be motivated to do it. So this is what was in my head for the two questions that were placed for the discussion. Thank you for this opportunity.
That's so cool, Girish. Basically, when you try to mimic someone, we lose our integrity. Like, and I can tell you this because I used to do this. I exactly used to do this, right? And then I was like, dude, I'm going to set this stuff my way. I'm going to live my life my way. It happens or not, I don't care whether people call me successful, people don't call me successful, I don't care. We need to ensure that we don't lose ourselves and we kill it our own way. Next, anyone wants to talk?
Sir, before starting this journey, like I'm not staying. The challenge I faced are I'm not staying with my parents, sir. I'm staying with my sister in Bangalore. So I told her like I was about to do this challenge. Are you okay? Like, can I do this challenge? She was like, Sai, why are you always going back behind all these useless things, stuff and all? Keep the social media. She was like not interested in social media things and all, sir. She won't trust everything. I was like, Akka, whatever happens, let it happen. So I want to give some try. So I will learn some new things in life, Naka. I was like requesting her, and we had a lot big argument. She told to my mother, like she was like, why they scolded me. My father and mother scolded me. But at later on, I requested and at last, Akka, don't tell to Amma and Nana. I'll go, I'll go 2 days and I'll come back. I'll be very careful in this journey. So I requested her. At last, she said, okay, sir. That was the only challenge I faced in before starting this journey.
Sir, one of the big challenge என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா I didn't even say to my mother like நான் வந்து என்னோட ஃப்ரெண்டோட வீட்டுக்கு வந்து போறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு லைக்
உங்க ஊர் பாஷை ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கு. நீ எந்த ஊரு நீ?
ஈரோடு சார், ஈரோடு.
செம்மையா இருக்கு அந்த பாஷை கேட்கறதுக்கு.
தேங்க்யூ சார். அண்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் எல்லாத்தையும் கங்க்ராச்சுலேட் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஏன்னா கண்டிப்பா இட் டேக்ஸ் பால்ஸ் டு கோ அண்ட் டூ அ சேலஞ்ச் லைக் தீஸ். அண்ட் கண்டிப்பா வந்து எல்லாருமே வந்து சொல்லுவாங்க, என்னடா அப்படி பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கண்டிப்பா எல்லாருமே எல்லாரும் சொல்லிருப்பாங்க, இவன் எதுக்கு அப்படி பண்றான், இவன் எதுக்கு தேவை அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஐம் டூயிங் யூடியூப். இப்ப வந்து எங்க அம்மா என்ன நினைக்கிறாங்க, மத்தவங்க முன்னாடி வந்து நான் ஒரு யூடியூபரா இருந்தா அவங்களுக்கு அது பெருமை கிடையாது. சப்போஸ் நானே வந்து ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இன்ஜினியரா இருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா அது வந்து சொசைட்டில அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அது ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம். இதனால வந்து நம்ம எந்த ரிஸ்க்குமே மேக்ஸிமம் ஆஃப் த டைம்ல வந்து எடுக்க முடியாது. அதனால இது வந்து கண்டிப்பா எனக்கு ஒரு இதா இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் இன்னொரு விஷயம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா லிட்டரலா வந்து மை ஃப்ரெண்ட் செஷன் வந்து என்னன்னா, இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு ட்ரை டிஃபரெண்ட் திங்ஸ் அவுட், டோன்ட் டெல் யுவர் பேரண்ட்ஸ், ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் அண்ட் கீப் டூயிங் இட். The results will speak and people will be getting. And another one thing I want to say is like if you want to get to somewhere, only hear advice from the people who are at there. If you want to become a millionaire, get the advice from millionaires.
Thank you, Kana. Thank you so much. You have so much to talk and there's so much energy in you. And like,
I have still more.
You know, it feels so it feels so beautiful. It feels like, you know, you've added energy to all of us right now. And they had the first thing there is like, டேய் யாரா உனக்கு பொண்ணு கொடுப்பா, நீ கேட்டரிங் பிசினஸ்லாம் ஆரம்பிச்சேனா இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பேங்கிங் சொன்னாலாவது யாராவது பொண்ணு கொடுப்பாங்க. And that was true, right? Like I come from a very traditional Tambram family. And I was like, I'm very clear. For me, my freedom, my retirement, my joy of doing the way I want is more important. If a girl can't come in my life for that, let her not come. It's her problem. It's not mine. If no one's giving me daughter, I don't want that marriage. I don't want to get married. Yeah, you keep whatever you want. And then at one point, I told my mind, dude, you'll make them proud when you really achieve. This is all transitionary phase.
To start telling about my first challenge, which I faced even before I started the journey, was convincing my parents. Because myself and my sister, only we both are there in the family, we were overprotected kids from when we were born. Because இந்த மாதிரி ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறேன் எங்கேயாவது நான் போய் ஸ்டே பண்ணணும்னா ஐ ஷுட் டெல் மை ஃபாதர் அண்ட் ஈவன் வென் ஐ வாஸ் இன் காலேஜ், தட் இஸ் விமென்ஸ் காலேஜ், இப்போ எங்கேயாவது எக்ஸ்கர்ஷன் போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா ஐ ஷுட் டெல் வேர் ஐ எம் ஸ்டேயிங், கோன் ஸ்டே அண்ட் ஹவு த பிளானிங் இஸ் பிளான்ட் அண்ட் அட் வாட் டைம் யூ ஆர் லிவிங் ஃப்ரம் த ஹோட்டல். இந்த மாதிரிலாம் லாட் ஆஃப் கொஷின்ஸ் மை ஃபாதர் ஆஸ்க். ஸோ அப்படி இருக்கும்போது வென் ஐ டோல் மை மாம் இந்த மாதிரி நான் ஒரு சேலஞ்ச் இருக்குமா நான் பண்ண போகிறேன் அப்படின்னோடனே எங்கள் அம்மா ஓகே ஆனால் நீ வந்து எனக்கு என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்னு எனக்கு சொல்லணும், எங்கே ஸ்டே பண்ண போகிற எல்லாமே எனக்கு டீட்டெயில்ஸ் சொல்லணும். ஐ somehow convinced my parents. And my mom said one thing: we know how innocent you are, you're plain you are, but people who are strangers and meeting you, and they may not think, they may not treat you the same way they treat a guy. அதனால நீ ரொம்ப யோசிக்கணும் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி சொன்னாங்க. She was very right. நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன் ஜேர்னி. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்ட்ரகிள் ஐ ஃபேஸ்ட் ஆஃப்டர் ஸ்டார்டிங் ஜேர்னி வாஸ் கேப்சரிங் வீடியோஸ். So I was taking video only when people were not around me and when I was comfortable. This one. So leaving abroad. அப்போ இதுல இருந்து நான் என்ன நினைச்சேன், ஓகே நான் இங்க வந்து கம்மியான பட்ஜெட்ல நான் எப்படி சர்வைவ் பண்ணிட்டு போறேன்னு பார்க்கலாம், என்னை எப்படி நான் ப்ரொடெக்டடா வச்சுக்கலாம் நான் டிசைட் பண்ணி அதையும் நான் ட்ராப் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டேன். But next day, I was staying in a guest house, right? One lady, she used to clean, but she was like, she never smiled, and she had some other thought running in her mind and passing by. And when second day evening, I asked her, Power Yavaga, I asked. Then she got to know. I'm asking when she was interacting with me. Appo, she asked me one thing. Who gave you the room? Then I was like, one person was there. So I asked why he would not have given me room like that. Reason I asked. Then she said, Maduve something. Maduve in the sense marriage related thing, right, in Kannada. So I got to know. So marriage related அதை சொல்றாங்க. அப்போ அவங்க என்ன சொல்ல வராங்கன்னா, அன்மேரிடா இருக்க விமனுக்கு அவங்க ரூம் தர மாட்டாங்க, எப்படி உனக்கு தந்தாங்க? I was like, I don't know whether I should feel good that that guy who gave me the room trusted me and gave, or I should feel insecure that someone is watching me, that what I'm doing there. என்ன நடக்குது? So அப்போ ஒரு பொண்ணா எங்க ஸ்டே
Such an
பண்றது
unfair world. It feels like a very unfair world for women. I mean, after listening to your story, it feels so unfair. I mean, like none of us go, man. Like these dudes went on a lorry and all of that. It feels so possible, right? Like, yeah, it was never a struggle. Like, I think when you talk about it, the struggle looks real. Lakshmi, I think the journey is more important. Winning your own fears is more important. Like we have to design something different for women because it's somewhere not a level playing field, right? From what I understand. Having said that, we'll think about it. We'll think of something which kind of encourages women to come out of their comfort zone, dependencies, find their security, need for security, and kind of feel that freedom, feel that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lakshmi. And so Lakshman, you can share your experience, and then we will go through one final, sharing from William and me, and then we'll close it.
तो मेरे को ये चैलेंज स्टार्ट करते जब कुछ भी नेगेटिव कमेंट्स और कुछ भी मेरे को क्या बोलते हैं चैलेंजेस कुछ भी नहीं मिले, सब लोग सपोर्ट करे, मेरे मम्मी के साथ पूरे लोग मेरे को सपोर्ट करे, तो मैं अच्छे से कर पाया ये चैलेंज। तो इसको छोड़ के मैं जब कॉलेज ड्रॉप आउट करके ये ट्रैवलिंग स्टार्ट करना था, तो उस समय मेरे को बहुत गाली देखने को मिले बहुत जनों के साथ। अरे क्या कर रहा रे भाई तू, स्टडी छोड़ दे के ये क्या कर रहा है, ये चिल्लर काम क्या कर रहा है, घूमने से क्या मिलता रे भाई तेको, हाँ खाली पीले अच्छा पढ़ लिए तो जॉब कर सकता है, वो कर सकता है, ये कर सकता है, ऐसा मेरे को बहुत सुनने को मिला। फिर भी मैं इनका कुछ भी नहीं सुना। मेरे डायरेक्टली मैं मेरे मम्मी के साथ पूछा कि मम्मी मैं ये करना चाह रहा हूँ, तुम्हारा क्या लग रहा, मैं सही कर रहा हूँ या गलत कर रहा हूँ, आप एक बात बोलिए। बस मेरी मम्मी बोली, तू दूसरे के बातें सुनने की जरूरत नहीं है, देखो क्या करना दिल लग रहा है।
We have to kind of do what others are not doing. Only then you will have something people will look forward to see in your videos, right? Now, all the sweet talk, everything is over. We get to business. We've taken a decision. I would want to say, while everyone here is a winner in their own life, you guys are the three sigma or the outliers who will definitely, I'm sure, all of you, like 10 years down the line, will be doing something so fabulous that you guys will have your own glory around you. So I'm very sure about that. But having said that, when it comes to this, like the prize and all of that, the first thing I'm going to do is I want to ensure that everyone gets something way above some X of what money they've invested, which is the 200 bucks. So they'll have a very big X of it. Among the winners, I kind of felt, while I think there was voting, we did take a voting. We did see what was it, like the general view of people. I mean, I forgot to mention that, it was not about how many votes you get or it's about how many things, because then there will be a bias, right? Like some of you would have more friends who will vote, some of you will not have so many friends who will vote, and all of that. So it is not entirely based on votes. So we did cut the clutter and we saw a pattern emerged, which is very matching to what our idea of the winner would be. And before I mention all of that, like I would definitely say you guys have a good future in actually social media itself. I think all of you are engaging your audience. I have not seen any one of your videos which is very boring. Like you guys have actually a story to tell. You have really good storytelling. So I think you should figure out something in social media. Keep that on. Coming to the, like what's going to happen to everyone. Everyone is definitely going to get at least 10K. Okay. So this is for sure. Everyone who participated. Though it's not written in any of your challenge and all of that, I decide it's my money. I decide how it has to happen. And it's out of what I think is justice, right? So everyone is definitely going to get 10K. How you want to use it, I leave it to you. And among the two people who are very close contenders, it would be Girish and it would be Pranesh. Pranesh, by the way, do you know what you missed?
No, sir. No, sir.
What? How
No.
much? How much do you know? We've already announced the winner. We've already announced the winner, and you didn't know who it is.
No, sir. Like you are saying the 10K, and after that, like my power is out. So like I just know like my
Karma,
charge.
karma.
What's the what happened? Who's
Sama sad po.
yeah, young sir, I know, sir.
Okay, so first I'll tell you. I'll tell you something. நான் வந்து என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன்னா வின்னர் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். அந்த வின்னர் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு
Okay.
வின்னர் எல்லாருக்குமே இப்ப காசு டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆயிடுச்சு. உங்களுக்கு மட்டும் நீங்க இல்லாதனால டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகல.
Young sir, I know, sir. What happens?
இல்லப்பா போட்ட பேங்க்ல இருந்து காசு போட்டா உங்க பேங்க் ஒர்க் ஆகலன்னு சொல்றதுப்பா, அந்த போன் ஒர்க் ஆகல அப்படின்னு சொல்றது பேங்க். Okay, so firstly, let's do this. Let's get done with this part. Like I think firstly, I would probably start with Lakshman Sri. He started. I mean, I loved the way he started off with his, like inspiring his friend also. I think one of his friend who didn't take the challenge, but he inspired his friend and he went through a lot of struggle in that Chennai race station, using public bathroom, like selling roses and all of that, right? And again, coming to that, we'll have more challenges. And since you're a musafir anyways, आप तो हर एक में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हो. रिस्क कितना भी ले सकते हो, कोई बांधने के लिए चीज नहीं है आपके. So शुरू करते हैं अभी with the first little win of 10K, and then we'll see another challenge. But thank you so much for participating. Yeah. So let me quickly say whether you got 10K. Like, I've added you, but you need to tell me whether you got your 10K. Okay. You could see it. Did you get it? Okay, you got it. You should say yes. Okay, so in the meantime, let's go to Shanmukha. I think Shanmukha, two things, right? Like, I have honest suggestion for you. You are an outlaw. I'm very happy. You want to try something new, everything, right? It's good. Somewhere when I saw that push-up challenge, I saw that you were trying hard, but nothing was happening, right? Like, at some point you were like, let me not thrive, let me just survive. Like, it's very easy to get to that. All of us get to that. And the choice of place, right? Like, look at it. If you choose a city versus any of those tier 2 or tier 3 places, a city has more people with a lot of money. It has more consumerism. Maybe you would have done the same challenge in a different place, thought about it, and had immense planning which went behind it. If you see Pranesh, if you see Girish, one of those things I learned, I saw very clearly was planning went behind it. I think in your life or everything, like, just that little planning would have been amazing. I mean, like, you would also be a definite, you could have been a winner here today, right? Like, because your attitude is like super pakka. It's just that planning piece and that choice of places. I mean, that went a bit against you. There are a lot more things to do in life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
I'm going to share this with you, and you let me know whether you've got it. Did you get it?
Yes, sir. I'll check. My phone is in other room. I need to check.
So, and I think now I want to come to Lakshmi. Uh, so I think Lakshmi, to be very honest, I learned more from you this journey. Like, as a woman, it is so complex. A lot of things are easy for us as guys. Like, all these guys, it was never a struggle to figure out, hey, who's going to be looking at me like that, right? Like, and you had a lot of that to go through. But having said that, we believe all the parents say, and like you said, you just went and go told your mom, yes, this is exactly how it happens. But there are points where you could have actually changed that perspective. If it's like, if you feel everyone is judging you, then, like, figure out another way to kind of handle that, rather than feeling that you're sahi hai, whole dunya mere against it, right? Because that is how most of us are. And if you just step outside and maybe think of it very differently, maybe not Dharmasthala, maybe another city would have been secured, like, a lot more planning which would have gone into it would have probably made your life a little easier. Because cities, maybe a city, and how to reach that city would have been your innovation, right? Because you need to handle that $200, and you need to handle to come back and all of that. That could have been an innovation. uh, I think a lot more spending time on the problems and solutioning it before you go and face it and say that, yes, this is what it is like. This is what happens to me. This is what thing. I think that could have been a little different. This is my humble suggestion. I'm sure I would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. You had the right attitude. I mean, like, you're killing it, right? Like, you're the only, like, among so many people, whatever number of followers, like, you're someone who already stood out. It just takes that little innovation to go crack it all, right? But again, to be fair to you, it was not a level playing field for a woman. So I think on that note, I would say that, the attempt was great. There's a great learning. Like, you could have spent that time and actually become a winner. Like, I mean, I would have really seen, because the struggle is real, and it would have been so much. I would have been happy to see you. But again, there will be lot more things, and maybe we'll do something women focused very soon. And I'm sure you'll go kill it there. And we'll at least remove off these kind of burdens of, society trying to bog you down. We'll figure out something which is a lot more fun and innovative. Yeah. Okay. So, Lakshmi, let me know whether you got it. And actually, all of you have a survivor instinct. I think you guys thrived. And people who thrive want to, I mean, like they typically go survive in any situation better than just survives, right? Like, so I think what I take back is you guys actually thrived in the situation. And now I'm going to give you another situation where I want to see whether you survive or thrive. Okay. So among the two of you, the option, it's very minimal margin between the two, but we can know who, we can very clearly tell who's the winner, but I want to give a choice. Either the 2 lakhs you guys can split and say, dude, we take a lakh each. One of you goes and opposes and says, no, the best is 2 lakhs and the worst is 10K. So I want you guys to decide over here, talk, negotiate between yourself and figure out what you want to do. And we'll do the right thing.
Because looking at both of our situations, as in your mom is in the hospital right now and I'm bedridden as well, so we both have our own expenses. So
No,
I
bro,
believe
no, it's different, right? Like
Pardon?
that is different.
Okay.
But you did a very good job. Like seriously, like from my perspective, like you did analyze many things and bro, Tamil dana bro, sorry. Seriously, bro. நான் தான் உங்களுக்கு வாட்ஸ்அப்ல மெசேஜ் பண்ணிருந்தேன். Like your video was awesome, bro. Like literally, that was one hell lot of a thing. But yeah, like I was able to like see the changes in the analysis, marketing things. It was like very different. Like I could understand. Like easier புரிஞ்சு எனக்கு எல்லாமே. So that was
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் ப்ரோ. எனக்கு நிறைய பேருக்கு புரியாதுன்னு நினைச்சேன். பிளஸ் ரொம்ப பெருசா ஏன் வீடியோ போட்டனா ஐ ஃபெல்ட் லைக் ஐ வென்ட் டூ இன்டு த ஜர்னி. அப்படியே ரொம்ப மெய் மறந்து நம்ம ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர் தெருவுல இறங்கி இப்போ மற்ற ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஸ் எல்லாரும் இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ணியே ஆகணும், எவனோ ஒருத்தன் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணக்கூடாது, அப்படி ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷன்ல இறங்கி அது பண்ணதுனால 13 லாங் எபிசோட்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. அது ரொம்ப ஃபீல் பண்ணி அதனாலதான் ரொம்ப லாங்.
I saw every video. Like yeah, seriously.
நீங்க உங்களோட வீடியோ எடிட்டிங் and உங்களோட கிறிஸ்பா இருந்துச்சு. உங்களோட ஃப்ரம் யுவர் சப்ஸ்கிரைபர்ஸ் ஆர் யூடியூப் பேக்ரவுண்ட்ல இருந்து ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு ப்ரோ.
Thank you.
And the way you had to adapt, I did see the 2 videos, but thank you so much everybody who saw all the 13 videos. I know it was too mind numbing probably, but sorry, I was like too into the challenge.
No bro, but keep going. You'll get there. Keep going.
Yeah, sure. But okay, so you don't want to split?
No, I don't want to split.
Okay, so Pranesh, why you don't want to split?
Sir, like so no, like I wanted to like invest in my skill, invest in my gears and those things. So like
okay,
I want to make my content creation அடுத்த லெவலுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போணும் அப்படி நான் நினைக்கிறேன். So like
10,000 சப்போஸ் உங்களுக்கு 10,000 ரூபாய் கிடைச்சுன்னா எடுத்துன்னு போயிடுவீங்களா? 10,000 ரூபாய் வச்சு
yeah bro, like it கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும்ல லைக் who அப்படின்ட்டு.
நான் உனக்கு ஒரு ஆன்சரும் சொல்லல. நான் சொல்றது சிம்பிள். 10,000 ரூபாய். So I'm just trying to bring something up to your like something for you to analyze, right? The worst is 10K. Right? You are not second, then you're like everyone else.
Yeah.
The best is 2 lakhs. You're the top. And you have a mid path, which is 1 lakh, 1 lakh each, both of you happy and all of that. Now, what you're taking, like this is typically, this is called the overconfidence bias when you do stock trading, basically. எனக்கு தெரியும் இது மேலதான் போவும், எனக்கு கிடைக்கும் ப்ரோ, மேல போவும் இது. You don't know what's on this side, right? You don't know what I have discussed with Willie. You don't know what's happened in the, I mean, maybe it comes from your confidence that many people voted for you and all of that, but that votes don't hold so much weight.
No, yeah.
That much I can tell you, right? So all of this is actually called the overconfidence bias, but I'm just putting it in front of you. I'm still not saying it's to split or it's not, but I'm just putting it in front of you that this is something which you need to be aware of. Similar to how you took the bottle, right? Like how you took the bottle and thought you'll make money out of it. That's also a bit of overconfidence bias. It paid you off. right? So I just want to put this across so that you guys make a decision which is rational and which you think you're fine. And otherwise, um Girish has to convince him. If he's not good at convincing, then he ends up with 10K instead of a lakh or a 2 lakhs or whatever that number is. So you guys have a lot more at stake, and I would love to have you guys discuss again and then make a final call.
Bro, I believe both of us has put in the actual work. Like நம்ம time spend பண்ணிருக்கோம், efforts போட்டிருக்கோம். Like of all the 300 people who attempted, like so like Karthik Manjaram sir has posted in the story, only 5 of us have come here at as finalists, and only 2 of us right now have come emerge at the top. So I believe if you are not willing to split, then I for just for convincing you, because I wholeheartedly believe I've also deserved the 2k 2 lakhs, because I've also put in the work, I've also put in the time, I've put all my skills to work. It's not like I'm not deserving, but calculating the risk to reward ratio, it's better if we split, because we both end up as winners, and pioneering this entire challenge, this will let people know that attempting the challenge is more important than even winning it at first. And secondly, there were 2 winners, not one. So 2 winners and not one, which means there was also an act of selflessness in the challenge, wherein both of us agreed because both of us respect our mutual efforts into putting in the challenge. So that's what I believe is the reason to split. Not because I'm not deserving, or not because you are deserving as well. Because both of us have put in so much effort. Because you look at all the 5 journeys, everybody has spent and come out of their own comfort zone, which they would never do if they were never given a circumstance like this. So I believe to respect each and everyone's efforts and to whatever they've put,
I'll go with the split.
it is better to split.
I'll go to split.
Why did you get convinced now?
Sir.
And why weren't you convinced before?
Like no, sir. Like I didn't think from the third man's perspective. Like now, after he's saying that those things, like I can get to know the things.
So you're ready to let go of a lakh if you were the winner?
Yes, sir.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why you want to let go of a lakh? You'll not get a camera for 1 lakh.
I'll sort it out, sir.
Okay. So you did the right decision because the winner was actually Girish. Okay. But I mean, it's a very small, mild thing. I think you can call it judgment and all of that. But there was, like there was a lot of consensus among, like I showed it to some of my entrepreneur friends as well. And then we came at the decision, right? So we took the final call. But I think both of you guys did well for yourselves. And no one's going home with a sad face. At least you guys have, each of you had a winner right now. So there are 2 winners for this entire 200 rupee or a survivor challenge, and it is Girish and Pranesh. And just see whether you got the money right now. I'm just sending it.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you to everybody who participated, and thank you for the opportunity, sir. And hearty congratulations to everyone who participated and took the bold efforts to come out of their comfort zone and face their fears. And I'm looking forward for all the future competitions that will be conducted as well, sir. Thank you.
1 lakh into your account right now. Okay. And
So can I add some words? Like my congratulations to everyone. Like thank you, sir. Thank you for hosting like challenges like these. Like, and Girish, well done, bro. Thank you. Good job.
Okay. Girish, that's yours. I think thank you so much, guys. It would have been so awesome if I had met you guys in Tiruvannamalai. You could have had some good lunch after this. But having said that, I think this was the most convenient way for all of us to meet. I think if there are some roles in Run Rate or any of our businesses, right? Like if you guys want to work with Willie and team, and of course, like I'll also be involved in anything like side gig, want to be a part of some learning something, feel free to be a part of, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to host internships and things as we progress, right? So keep in touch with us, and would love to see you guys reach glory and halo around all your great work which you guys are going to do in future. Thanks.